Hey guys, it's me Kate again. So this video will be all about my yearly readings. I read a total of 166 books, none of which. Now, when it comes to ratings, 137 pages. When it comes to how many books that I read per month in January, when it comes to how many pages I read per month, when it comes to how many pages were in a book, I read. So I owned 120. Now, I read 153 books in a series, which was nice. So when it comes to age range, I read 40 adult books, which was 24.1%, 119 YA books, or 71.69%, and 7 or 4.21% of middle grade or children's books. 60 books that I read were fast-paced. That was 36 or 0.15% of my reading. 66 were medium-paced books, which was 39.76% of my reading, and 40 were slow-paced or 24.09% of my reading. When it comes to publication year, one book was published prior to 1900, and that was 0.61% of my reading. One book, or again 0.61% of my reading, was a book that was published between 1981 and 1990. I read 6 books that were published between 1991 and 2000, and that was 3.6%. I read 16 books that were published between 2001 and 2010, and that was 9.64%. I read 94 books that were published between 2011 and 2020, which was 56.63%. I read 15 books published in 2021, which was 9.04%. 12 books published in 2022, which was 7.22%. 10 books that were published in 2023, which was 6.02%, and 11 books that were published in 2024, which was 6.63%. Now, when it comes to language that I read 134 books in English, which was 80.72% of my reading, and 32 or 19.28% of my reading in Croatian. When it comes to which languages books were translated from, 20 were translated from English to Croatian, which was 42.55% of translated books. 5 were translated from French to Croatian, which was 10.64% of my reading, and 22 books were 46.81% of translated books were translated from Japanese to English. When it comes to main genre, I read one downright classic, and that was 0.6% of my reading. I read 6 comics, which was 3.6%, 17 contemporaries, which was 10.24%, 90 fantasies, which was 54.27%, 4 historical fiction, which was 4.24%, 22 mangas, which was 13.25%, 2 mystery and thrillers, which was 1.2%, 8 paranormals, which was 4.8%, 1 romance, which was 0.6%, and 15 science fiction, which was 19.04%. When it comes to notable subgenres, 28 were high fantasies, which was 20.29%, 30 were urban fantasies, which was 21.74%, 10 were contemporary romance, or 7.2%, 5 or 3.6% were historical romance, 31 or 22.59% were fantasy romances, 1 or 0.72% were shoujo mangas, 21 or 15.22% were shonen mangas, 1 or 0.72% was political thriller, 8 or 5.72% were paranormal romances, and 3 or 2.16% were other subgenres which I didn't track. When it comes to kind of rap, 13 books or 20.31% had gay rap, 10 or 15.63% had lesbian rap, 11 or 17.19% had bisexual rap, 4 or 6.25 had genderqueer rap, and 30 or 40.62% had the multiple of LGBTQ plus reps. Three books had some kind of illness related disability, which was 7.89% of my reading. 25 books or 65.79% had this chronic illness rep. 5 had some or 13.16% had some other kind of disability rep, and 5 or 15.16% had multiple disability reps. When it comes to publisher, Profile published 3 books or 1.8%, Lumens 9, Hotkey Books and Gollancz published 6 books or 3.6%, Focus and Penguin Random House published 4 books or 2.4%, 32 books were indie published or 19.55%, HarperCollins published 12 books or 7.2%, Simon & Schuster published 8 books or 4.8%, Macmillan Macmillan published 3 books or 1.8%, Knopf published 6.6 published 11 or 6.6% of my books. Bloomsbury published 20 books or 12%. Other 15 books or 9% of my reading was published by some other publisher. 1 book or 0.6% was published by Vintage. 22 books or 13.25% was published by Viz Media LLC, and Mosaic Kinga published 7 books or 4.2% of my reading. Now, I read 7 books or 4.21% of my total reading was by new to me author. 11 books had author that I could find information that they were part of LGBTQIA plus community, which was 6.63% of my reading, and 46 or books or 27.71% of my reading had some kind of own voices representation. Now, I read 100 books or 60.24% of American of books by American authors, 13 or 7.83% by British authors, 5 or 3.01 by Canadian authors, 7 or 4.21 by Croatian authors, 13 or 7.83 by Australian authors, 22 or 13.27% by Japanese authors, and 6 or 3.61% of books that I read was by authors of other nationalities. Now I read 129 books or 77.71% of books by white authors, 2.41% of books were by black authors, 33 or 19.88% of books were by Asian authors. Now I read 31 or 18.68% of male books by male authors, 104 or 62.65% of books by female authors, 25 or 15.06% of books that were by authors of multiple genders, and 6 or 3.61% of author that was any other gender that wasn't mentioned previously. And a warm thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed, please like, share, and subscribe. down below my social media, my email, and some other stuff, and I'll see you next one.